Good morning. Welcome again to one of our lecture series in soil science. And for today, we will be discussing one of the fundamental topics na lumalabas sa licensure exam of agriculturists. That is the topic on soil profile and soil horizons. Now, in the study of soils, it is important for us to study or research or analyze the soil profile ng lupa. So ano nga ba ang soil profile? If you go to your farm or if you go to a farm, tapos sa farm na to ay naghukay ka ng vertical cross-section ng lupa, and then inobserve mo yung vertical cross-section na yun, then you are studying the soil profile ng lupa. Okay? Soil profile is basically cross-section of the soil, and when you do that, when you cut the soil into a vertical cross-section, you will notice that there are several layers in the soil. So makapansin mo may mga iba't ibang layers yung lupa na yon, and we call those layers as horizons. Okay? So ang soil horizon naman, ito yung mga layers doon sa soil profile mo that is distinct. Okay? So very unique siya or different in terms of its physical, chemical, and biological properties. And when you see the soil profile and itong mga layers na to, kapag mature na yung lupa, mapapansin mo talaga yung distinction between one profile to another profile. Primarily due to its color. So sa tingin pa lang, dahil sa kulay ng mga layers na to, makikita mo na actually yung pagkakaiba. Okay? So unahin natin, ano ba yung iba't ibang mga soil horizons na to? So this soil is actually a mature soil kasi kompleto na yung kanyang soil horizons. So later on, makikita natin yung significance niya. The first layer is we call the organic layer. Okay? Or this is one of the thinnest layer in the soil, and it is composed primarily by your organic matter or your humus or your partially decomposed organic matter. So yan yung composition niya. And if we can see here, the humus has the darkest color in all of the layers. Or the organic layer, has the darkest layers in comparison to other horizons. So that's horizon O. Below that, we will now see the topsoil or the A horizon. And yung A horizon to, darker pa rin siya but a little bit lighter right now, primarily due to its mineral components. So the A horizon or the topsoil is now composed of two things. It's composed of your organic matter and minerals. So darker siya, but not so dark as the O horizon kasi sa A horizon, may mga minerals na that is making the soil lighter. Okay? Below that, kapag mature na yung soil mo, nagkakaroon ng E horizon yan. Not all soils have E horizon. Madalas, from A horizon, nagiging B horizon na yan. But kapag mature and old na yung soil mo, makapansin mo that there is a zone or a layer of what we call illuviation. So, di ba, madali lang i-memorize. It is the illuviation layer, that's your horizon E. And ang illuviation layer, yan yung pinaka-light among all of the soil horizons. Makapansin mo yung kulay, very light. Di ba? Very light yung kulay. Halos puti na siya. And the reason behind that is because in the horizon E naaalis dyan or nalileach, okay? Nalileach yung mga different minerals and organic matter. So you kind of want to think of it as in Horizon E, nahuhugasan yung lupa. Okay? Nahuhugasan yung lupa. So kapag na-leach yung mga minerals and organic matter na yan, saan yan napupunta? Diba? So kapag umulan dito, o umulan, or nagkaroon ng tubig pouring downwards, okay? So nahugasan yung lupa dyan, saan yan napupunta? Di, syempre, dito sa baba. Diba? Ito na yung subsoil. Okay? Ito yung zone kung saan yung mga leached minerals and organic matter from Horizon E napupunta. So this one is the subsoil in comparison to the E horizon or the elevation layer is a little bit darker. And ang composition niyan is mostly minerals. So maraming minerals dyan kasi nga na-wash out from Horizon E. Tsaka marami na dyang mga salts. Mapapansin natin, ang kulay ng subsoil sa isang old na lupa is may pagka-reddish na. Primarily because of the minerals and metal salts that you find there. Okay? Now, below that layer, we have Horizon C or the parent rock. Ano naman yan? Diba nasabi natin na ang lupa ay galing sa bato. Now, itong mga lupa na to, if they are partly weathered, you can see them in Horizon C. Okay? So, Horizon C is primarily consists of partially weathered rocks that would soon form yung mga different horizons ng lupa sa taas niya. Klaro? So, that's Horizon C. And below that, yung pinaka-base ng ating soil profile, kapag talagang we dig deep into it, is the parent material itself, or what we call as our bedrock, or Horizon R. Okay? So, ang Horizon R, unweathered na yung parent material na nakikita natin dyan. So, ulitin natin, pataas naman tayo para mas klaro. So, yung pinakababa is your bedrock. Hindi pa weathered yung parent material dyan or yung rock mo. Pag umakyat ka, you will now see Horizon C or the partly weathered rocks or partially weathered rocks. Pag umakyat ka, the next layer would be your Horizon B or your subsoil, kung saan medyo reddish yung lupa. And may kita mo dyan yung deposition ng maraming minerals and metal salts. Above the subsoil or Horizon B is Horizon E or your eluviation layer, which is composed of kung saan lighter yung lupa because of leached minerals and organic matter. And above that, you have your Horizon A, or your topsoil, which is composed of minerals and humus. And the topmost part and the thinnest part is your O horizon, or your organic layer, which is primarily composed of your organic matter and humus. Okay? Or humus. Claro? Yan. So, if we consider only Horizon O, okay? If we only consider kapag ang kinonsider lang natin dito is si Horizon O, A, E, B, yan. So, yung first 4 layers na yan, considering na meron siyang Horizon E, we call these layers na magkakasama as your solum. Okay? Ito yung topmost part of the soil kung saan most of the soil forming process nangyayari and madalas din dyan umaabot yung roots ng halaman. Not all plants, of course, pero mostly dyan nag-absorb yung roots ng halaman ng mga nutrients na kakailanganin niya. Okay? So that's your xylem. Ano ulit ang composition ng xylem? It would be your horizon O, A, E, kung merong E, kasi hindi lahat ng soil may E, and B. That's your xylem. Sir, paano kapag wala rin siyang subsoil? Sobrang young ng lupa. O di O at saka A lang. Diba? So basta mag-i-end siya sa B horizon or your subsoil horizon. Kapag naman isinama na natin si letter C, so O, A, E, B, and C, ang tawag mo naman na dyan ay regolith. Ano ba kasi ang definition ng regolith? So, any soil or any partially weathered material that is above the bedrock is your regolith. So, ano ba yung nasa taas ng bedrock? In our case, so everything, sir. You have O, A, E, B, and C. That is your regolith. As simple as that. So kapag tinanong kayo sa exam, yung lupa ay walang O, A, E, and B. So C lang siya at saka R. Nasaan ang regolith? Or what layers consist the regolith? So ang sagot, C lang. Kasi yun lang yung nasa taas ng bedrock. So anything that is above the bedrock, that is your regolith. So napakahalaga na pag-aralan itong soil profile and soil horizons na to because one reason is we can actually estimate yung age ng soil through this concept of soil profile and horizon. Diba? Very interesting. Meron palang edad ang lupa. Diba? The age of soils. So there are three characteristic or criteria that I put here that would explain kung ang lupa ba ay bata, okay, young, immature, and mature or old. So sabi niya dito, kapag mas mataas yung bilang ng distinct soil horizons, di ba nasabi ko kanina, hindi lahat ng lupa may horizon E. Pero kapag ang lupa ay may horizon E, mas marami yung bilang ng distinct horizon niya, ibig sabihin nun, mas older yung lupa. Okay? Kapag naman syempre mas konti, on the contrary, what that means is younger yung lupa. Letter B, or number 2, ang older soils, they tend to have thicker horizons. So bukod sa mas marami na siyang distinct soil horizons, yung bawat horizons mas makakapal. Yun yung sinasabi niya dyan. So, mas makakapal na yung horizon niya. Kapag naman mas maninipis yung horizon niya, ibig sabihin mas bata yung lupa. Number 3, criteria, in older soils, the difference between adjacent horizons become more pronounced. So, kapag daw mas matanda yung lupa, yung pagkakaiba between horizon O, A, E, B, and C, very, very obvious. Kapag naman younger yung lupa, hindi natin halos makita yung differences between layers. Klaro? Tignan natin yung parang diagrammatic model ng age of soil. So for example, dito, this one is actually your bedrock. Kung yan yung bedrock mo, tapos ang sumunod is, what? Partially weathered materials or topsoil. And this is considered as a, probably an immature or young soil. So, dalawang layers lang siya, di ba? As compared to this, so this is older, kasi this has already 3 layers. At the same time, manipis pa yung horizon nito. This one. Pero ito, makapansin natin, medyo makakapal na. Paano na lang ito, di ba? Ito, halos kumpleto na yung kanyang horizons and makakapal na. So, ganyan natin makikita, ganyan natin maiko-compare ang bawat soil profile na makikita natin in terms of differentiating them to different ages. Okay? So, yun yung gagamitin nating criteria. Again, an older soil has more horizons. That's one. So, an older soil has more horizons, whereas a younger soil, less horizon. Ang number two, an older soil has thicker horizons. Okay? Whereas ang younger soil mas thin or less thick yung kanyang horizons. And number three naman, an older soil mas distinct, more distinct horizons. So mas makikita yung pagkakaiba, whereas kapag younger yung soil, hindi ganun nakikita yung pagkakaiba. Klaro?